Americans in 14 Middle Eastern countries are being urged to leave as the conflict with Iran escalates.
The State Department is now taking what it calls historic action to help those Americans, organizing charter rescue flights from some of the countries. The U.S. is also offering to help with rebooking airline tickets and organizing ground transportation. But for one couple from Marietta living in Iraq, very close to the border of Iran, these options are not available.
As anchor Sydney Stallworth reports, the couple also says warnings for Americans to leave came too late.
Iraq, where one Marietta couple is now, is not on the list of countries where the U.S. government is offering emergency evacuation transportation from. And now that couple is telling us they feel they have very limited options to leave as airspace closures stack up. Kayla and Michael Coons shared this video with Atlanta News First and say they took it the moment they heard explosions and saw drone strikes in the sky. The couple living in Iraq, working for an independent humanitarian aid group. Their two young children live there with them as well, and the family is heeding local warnings to shelter in place. They say the warning from the U.S. government for Americans to leave the Middle East came too late.
The issue with the warnings that they've sent out were that it happened after the fact. After, like I said, we had no warning from the American government until after the fact, and airspace is closed. And so they're suggesting evacuation via commercial routes, but airspace is closed. There's really no way to get out except via land borders. Right. And we're surrounded by other countries that are at unrest. So for us, we're following the local guidance.
Here's the action the U.S. State Department says it's taking for Americans who need to evacuate. Charter flights are being facilitated from United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan. The department is helping Americans book tickets on commercial flights in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Egypt. Ground transportation, we're told, is being increased for Americans who are trying to leave Israel. And for countries without commercial aviation, the department says it's facilitating travel to other countries that do have it. According to the State Department, more than 9,000 American citizens have recently and safely returned from the Middle East over the past several days. At Hartsville-Jackson, I'm Sydney Stallworth, Atlanta News First.